What's up, guys? Today I got a video from one of my coachathon streams. We're doing a coaching session with an RA player who's also looking to play Annie secondary. So we're talking about how to play Annie kind of from a beginner's perspective, from kind of the average kind of gold level. It's a very good session to kind of learn the general lane approach and mid and late game macro approach. So make sure you guys watch the live game and then really make sure you watch the review to get the macro done. This is for one of my coachathon streams. We do 1 or 2 coachathons a month where live games are super cheap. So if you guys want in on that, the next one will be in about 1 week, April 6th. So make sure you guys check down in the description. I'll have a link to sign up to that and to explain a little bit more about that. If you guys are interested, enjoy the coaching.
Annie feels rough, doesn't she? Udi or Nuss are pretty beefy.
Yeah, so what's your job this game? It's a good thing to talk about.
I don't think I really have much threat going past Udyr and Nasus.
Yes,
I'm just
so
gonna get fucked up, so
I love
play
that.
with the team and hope.
We can never go through Udyr Nasus, ever. So our goal is to go around them and one-shot Lux, Jinx, Nami. Our job in team fights, if Lux, Jinx, Nami survive, it's on us. So that's our challenge. That's the puzzle of Annie in late game. It's, okay, we can never go through the tanks. If the tank's 2v8, whatever, it is what it is. Team gap, we go next. But if their backline ever survives, that's our job. So yeah, we'll definitely be thinking a lot more about like ganking bottom, playing bot side.
Yeah. Top lane.
Oh boy.
My god. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, where
I
we're
needed
standing
to
is a little bit sus.
flash.
Yeah, normally as Annie in a 5-point or as mid laner, you will stand in mid lane. And you will see if they come through the bush the way that they came through it, and then you're much safer. And then you don't have to flash.
Usually I make it a habit to stand here because it's safe and I can see, because often bot lanes will like stand right here and they just get fucked if they wrap around here without being seen.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah. That's playable if people aren't standing in the right spots.
I needed to insta flash. It was pretty bad. It was too slow.
Nice. Very nice. And then just auto the wave as much as we can. Trying to hit level 2 first.
This seems a little sus. I'm not sure why. Huh?
Yeah, and just chill now. Oh boy, yeah, you can't help that.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's okay, just chill. Make sure you don't lose XP.
I don't think I did. I may have.
I think we did.
Chill.
Alright, and then go E level 2. Your E is your most important spell on this champion, by far. And now what we're trying to do is we're trying to bait out her spells, E to dodge it, and then take the really good trade.
Nocturne is sides. Gonna use this time here to check if we have to contest Scuttle, which we might have because they got a bit of an ego boost from that kill, I think.
Okay, lean on that vision though. Make sure you're standing up there. And you need to be very aggressive with where you're standing. I need you to be... Yeah, it's tough because she has push now, but if you just try to push with her, you will lose it. So you need to step up a little bit. Up and to the side.
I really have like no feeling what the kill threshold for Q is.
Yeah, and that's okay. I mean, you'll start to get a hang for it. At rank 1, it's pretty low. It's like an ADC auto attack, basically. Yeah, good. Nice. And then we'll just try to crash this as hard as we can and match her back. Yeah, and remember, your job is to try to find the trades. So we got to be up and aggressive, and you're trying to bait out her spells so you can dodge them. one of the reasons this champion's so good for learning is she makes you play really aggressive if you want to win lane. And you have to like dodge spells well. Ooh. Yeah, that E that hit both us and the minions, can't give her those. Gotta make sure we're standing outside of the minion wave. Nice. And be aggressive with it. You want this trade. Nice. Good. Very good. That's beautiful. Exactly what we're trying to look for.
I mean, I don't think I can really move with where I'm standing.
Yep, you're all good. Just ward below you now so that you can lean confidently. Now we're going to need really good vision so that we can stand confidently in these pockets.
I feel like a gank might be in my future with how she's positioning.
Yeah, that's fine with us. They have no kill threat. You hit 6 when this minion dies. I want you to try to all in her if she will stay. Yeah, she doesn't.
I thought she might not because she will. I feel it's bad for her because she has mana.
Yeah, she's kind of screwed. Yep, one more auto and I think she's good. Beautiful. Oh, she's gonna live because the shield.
Unfortunate, but it is what it is.
Yep, perfectly okay. Yeah, she's gonna lose like all of this. And I would default to Ludens every game while we're playing.
Do I go boots here? I think.
Nope. So the reason we can't go boots is because they don't. It doesn't help you with wave clear at all. Minions don't have magic resist. So it's good for kill threat, but it's really bad for wave clear. So you need a little bit of AP first. Like now on your next back.
I just tend to like gravitate towards finishing items if I can. Like.
Yeah, we can't. We just can't. Unfortunately.
This is rough. Wrong one. Oops.
Yeah, I actually really like the Annie idea. Oh, careful.
Freaking Ultra Instinct dodge Q.
Take a look at your Nocturne. Boy, our mini map is tiny. Us mid laners, we got to get our big mini maps.
Actually, my settings might have been reset because, yeah, that. I used to have everything on 0 but minimap, but now that you mention it, it actually looks very small.
Yeah, it's tough. Mid lane supports and jungles. We got the big. You got an ADC minimap. That's what I call that.
Even as ADC, I definitely had a bigger one. Actually, I can figure now.
Whoa, okay,
Maybe
that's
not,
too big.
maybe not
Yeah,
that big.
I think 50, 60, somewhere in there is solid. What's up, Zali-sama? Welcome. What's up, Proto? How you guys doing?
Cheap base?
Oh, Proto, I've been having a blast with this PoE league. I'm just getting into red maps. I've been enjoying it.
I should be.
Just keep threatening to trade with his Lux. I need you to be way, way, way up. Super aggressive. There we go. There it is. Nice. Now she has no cleanse. So now we're gonna drop ult on her head. We can run her down. And if she doesn't stay, we're gonna crash this and we're gonna go bottom. That's where our jungler's at. Okay, if she does stay, we're gonna ult her. Go ult her. Yep, nice. Nice. And we need one more Q. Flash Q. Oh. Okay. I did not realize. Nice. And we're chilling. And that's how Annie buys her space. She does it by threatening to kill. Now we just need to back immediately because their jungle's here. Unless you think you can like ego flash Q or Q flash.
I'm not sure Q even deals enough damage anymore. No, it definitely doesn't. So I go like this, another pink. Yeah, unfortunately, we have to give this because bot had to base.
Yep, and that means, what does that mean where we're looking? Like we can't look bottom, so where are we trying to go?
We're trying to look top, but
yep, you're trying to contest Herald. You're putting your vision there. All of our resources are going top side. You need to crash this. You're giving her so much space. We have never had prio. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, so Annie's going to force us to learn how to lane correctly. Because this game we've been kind of just getting just beat up. We're talking about how we leverage kill threat into actual priority and then actual map pressure. Because look, now your jungle's doing something on the map and you're under your tower. This is a nightmare for us.
Yeah, backing feels really bad, but I can't move
you
it.
just have to. Yep. You have to because we're losing. So the important thing is to back and just kind of ask, like, why are we in such a losing position right now? And we're going to review it. Like this review is going to be very in depth.
Max your W second?
W. I like to do W. I think most of the Annie players right now are actually going E second, but it just got nerfed, and I like W mid lane for the wave clear.
But yeah, look should be dead a lot more with how weird she uses her Qs.
Yeah, Annie forces you to learn how to actually win a lane. If you play this kind of loser's mentality, Annie, first of all, it's just you won't climb. Um, you won't climb past like gold, maybe low plat. So like me, when I was picking up Annie in Diamond, she taught me all of the fundamental mechanics I know. She taught me how to F key. She taught me how to position. She taught me about cooldowns and matchups. TRYND didn't teach me any of that mess. TRYND taught me how to auto attack, and that's about it. Auto attack and push waves, positioning, skirmishing, all of that you have to be very sharp on to win as Annie. This game's gonna be super tricky. At this point, we're kind of just chilling. I mean, we've been getting beat up for a while now. We're just gonna chill until hopefully late game we can still pick their back line. That's the nice thing about Annie. She doesn't necessarily scale, but you'll always be able to one-shot Jinx. And yeah, we're just gonna need it back again, which sucks, and we might lose the tower, but it is what it is. Only thing worse than losing the tower is dying and losing the tower.
Yeah. Ashes. So dead. Oh well, she should have. But he was still pretty healthy, right? Huh.
Yeah, this just feels so bad. Oh boy.
Do we move bot here?
Yep.
I kinda wanna.
Yeah, you have to hover it. It's just sad because we're late, but you can still one-shot these guys. They're if they overplay. Now don't force it. But that's our job. Our job is to kill the Jinx and the Nami.
Oh. I've had these games before. It feels terrible because I'm always on the back foot now.
Yep, 100%. These are the games where we have to focus on. We really have to focus on getting on the front foot. What you're doing now is all correct. Where you're trying to.
I should have path here.
No, this is fine. I mean, maybe, but.
I think if I path there with ult stun, we get them all maybe.
Yeah, and everything you're doing now is correct. Where you're kind of just you're following and you're reacting, but we put ourselves into a spot where we have to react, and that's very, very not good. And there's no real good answer other than playing lane better. Yeah, and that guy's gonna be tough for us. So unless it's a 2v1 like that, we are never fighting this guy. Never, ever, ever fighting this guy. I'll just be thinking about top side. Like this Herald coming up. You guys can do it on spawn. It's not bad because Lux is bottom. This is gold 4. The rank is always right above me, right here.
I guess I push this still. And
yep. And then sprint up there.
oh, now I half-assed maxing my spells because I wasn't paying attention.
That's okay. Honestly, that's fine. Any players will max one or the other. Like it, yeah. So it's completely fine.
Unfortunate that if I had a ward, I think it doesn't unlucky.
Yeah, I mean, if we're in a better spot, this game is already like you guys are just dominating.
I might have also like just ditched the wave and sprint up immediately, then he doesn't die. Because I arrive at the same time with the Udyr.
But the wave is worth about a kill, so like no matter what, the wave is worth getting. And now you're gonna you need to get out of mid lane. Let's sense the next object. When's Dragon coming up? Okay, so we got.
Ash wants to move bottom again though.
Oh boy, you cannot catch this wave up here. You have to stand out of vision. We cannot be standing in mid lane as a burst mage. You want to be around it. So hover kind of where, like hover on Nocturne. Yeah, hover here is good. When this wave lands in the tower, you can catch it. But we're not pushing through mid ever. Yeah, and we'll just keep hovering. Now we're hovering on the wrong side because our jungle's bottom, but I like the angle.
I kind of wanted to.
No. We are never going to Nasus. It's not our job. Nope. Our job is to kill Lux. That's what we're doing. And then below you, there's Nami. And just maybe you can one-shot her. Ooh. Yeah, it's scary because Udyr, so... Okay, so yeah. The issue there, I mean, what's the problem?
Yeah, the problem is that I'm kind of standing in the weird position, and I noticed this here way too late.
We were trying to go through the Udyr, right? That's the biggest problem. We're always going around. So you have to leave, reposition, and then attack the Jinx. You can never go through the tanks. Now, all of these ideas are identical on Ahri. They're just a little bit harder to do on Annie, so she's going to teach you them very fundamentally.
Yeah, it was sort of like a, I guess desperation play, see?
Yep.
Is a good term because, like, the Nami died. We're getting kind of pressured, so I felt like I had to do something.
Okay, and you're going to go catch bottom wave. Ooh, this is scary. Let's go try to get to the wave. Ooh, this is not bad because these are both the squishies. Nice. And just don't overplay here. Kite away. Again, we don't really care about killing him.
Nocturne kinda does.
Yeah, and I don't really care about him either. Yeah, and now that your team's here, you have Nasus, you have Ashe. Oh, this is a good play. You can sit around mid. Like, we would love to kill Nami. But again, you have to be around mid. You cannot be in mid lane. Yeah, this is a good angle. I love this angle. Very good.
Do we go
I love it.
Behind
here? Yes. I
Dude,
love it.
Being here feels illegal.
You're a beast, man. That's how we do it. I love it. And that's how we're gonna position as the Annie.
Holy
As the
shit.
Ori as well. It's, yeah. Okay, careful. Don't die a tower. Uh-oh, Jinx is going to kill all of you. Woo.
Oh, unless
That's
this
okay.
is doing massive things.
You have to recall. You have to recall.
Yeah, I wanted to get here
Okay.
around the corner in case they check here.
Yeah, that's all good. Thought you were running straight up there. And then go another large rod. We're going to go death cap here.
Okay. No, like running up here, I'm like 1 Q HP. I'm not that insane.
Yeah, I was I was like, whoa, I know we just one-shot the Lux and stuff, but yeah, and you can try to play this slow, but you're not doing anything crazy. Yeah.
Just wanted to be annoying.
Yep. And that's exactly what we're going to do for the tanks. We don't actually care about them. Now, you want to be pushing top. You cannot go mid. No, 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 no. Now, if you would have gone top right away, you would have gotten the wave and then great. But you cannot go mid. Anywhere else. You can go anywhere else. Right here is great. You can just sit here. You know there's no vision. Well, now they see you, which kind of sucks. Well, you can just sit there. Nami tries to come get vision. You one-shot Nami.
I kind of feel like they have vision there. You know.
You scanned it, right?
Nessus thing. No, I didn't. I didn't get to scan this.
Oh.
Yeah, they are going.
Yep, and sitting here, this is great.
I'm not sure. I don't feel like I do anything if I sit here.
Yep, you're going to need to wait for your team to push through mid, and then you will go down as they push through mid. If somebody contests their prio, you kill them. But it's not your job to get mid prio. See? Oh my goodness, free kill. That's how we play. That's how we fucking play. That's how we do it. I love it.
Okay, so my biggest takeaway right now is if it feels weird, it's probably cool.
Yeah, probably.
Now, do we go dragon here or do we recall?
You cannot recall. Yeah, you stay on dragon again because it's not your job, unfortunately. That is not a low elo thing. That is the correct way to play assassins.
And recalling is greedy as well.
I do this shit in Grandmaster NA all of the time on Annie and Ari.
Please get away from me.
Nice, good focus. Very good stuff. Oh, that is beautiful.
Oh, that feels on.
There it is. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, they had vision there. So sitting there would have probably been a death sentence.
Yeah, I thought you scanned it, so that's my bad. You 100% need to scan things before you sit in them. But scanning a bush and then sitting in it, very normal, good play. Uh-oh, did I lose you?
Excuse me?
I lost the stream.
Yeah, I was kind of lagging out.
Okay,
Don't know
I got you back.
Was. Internet
Alright, and just leave. We don't want to force here. And you're on death cap. So that's the beauty. Death cap is way stronger than Shadow Flame. It's just more expensive. But since you could afford the large rod, now look, 2 items, 400 AP. Crazy stuff. What items does Lux have? Check how much AP she has. Yeah, so she has 2.5 items. If you click on her and check her AP, you're gonna have way more than her. It's just 260. You have 100 more than her with half the items.
I probably should have not paid attention to Lux and just murder the Jinx there. There's no way she's allowed to pass the Nocturne at our Raptors.
Mm-hmm. Nice. And just scanning this and sitting in it is really good. I would sit in one closer to mid. Oh, look at Jinx. Look at Jinx. Oh, that's our job right there, man. Shoot. No, run. Oh, uh-oh. So we lost discipline a little bit there. We had to sit in that bush. And then Jinx face checked it, and then you have to be the Jinx killer.
Yeah.
That makes sense a little bit? So we gotta be...
Absolutely.
We gotta sit in these, nice deep kind of like pockets, and then you have to let people come into you. Now, the idea of sitting in that bush is that your team's going to push through mid, and then if they try to contest mid push, you shove them, or you collapse on them and kill them. If they try to go through the jungle, you're there and they die anyways, right?
Yeah, this might have. Well, I'm not sure. Doesn't lose us the game, but it's tough now. Or maybe it loses us the game. Holy shit. They are fast.
Yeah, you have to get on the back line. Nice try. That's the time for the desperation play.
I fumbled the flash really hard. I'm not sure what I did.
You were withered by Nasus. You were slowed by it's just tanks are not fun. Okay, but we have so much content to talk about that. I absolutely love that game. So I'm gonna share my screen, and then I'm gonna get the VOD up. So that was a very good job.
I thought, yeah, okay.
Yeah, since we're streaming it, I'll just be able to pull the VOD from.
I do have a direct screen recording as well, because I don't have the fancy
or identical
outplay that, because I don't want Overwolf on my PC.
I get that. That is completely fair. That's the outplayed is perfect if it wasn't for Overwolf.
Yeah, so I just OBS record my games if I wanna view them.
So we have 3 massive things to take away from this game, and I'm going to break it down into 3 kind of separate learning objectives, and I'm actually going to write these down first. Learning objective 1 is lane phase. Learning objective 2 is going to be I'm trying to figure out a good way to write this. It's a macro concept, so I'll just say macro, and then where I'll just write applying map pressure. And this applying map pressure concept applies all of the time. It happens through early game, through late game, all the time. The last concept is going to be a kind of mid to late game macro. Assassin positioning.
Free flash engage whenever up.
Flash, yeah, or something like that. These are the 3 learning objectives. So I'm going to screenshot this. This is what we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
And this is the takeaway. Now, the rest of the review, I'm going to go in depth on one of these 3 topics.
Yeah, all right. Sounds good.
Okay. Let me send that there. Let me delete these little dashes. Okay, so let's start with lane phase. Now, laning as Annie is actually a lot harder than people think. The reason it's so hard, well, why does this lane feel uncomfortable? Why were we down prio all the time? How did you feel in the moment?
We're down pressure because, I'm not comfortable posturing super aggressive. You wanted me to.
Right.
You wanted me to kind of go what I would call go psycho.
100%.
Yeah, I just.
But instead we don't. And now she has more range. She has more wave clear, right? If she has more range and more wave clear, how do you even win? What?
Finally.
How does that even make sense? Oh, Goblin with the sub. I appreciate you. 5 months. That's massive. What's up, man?
5-month sub. Let's go.
Yeah,
so
I don't win unless she just sleeps on the wave.
Whoa.
Doesn't do anything.
She's up range. She's up wave clear. Does that mean you don't win? What are you up?
Oh, no. I thought in this situation when I'm playing like that.
Oh, yeah, exactly, right?
No,
if you let her
win
use
by
these things. Gibson with the 5 gifted. Oh my goodness. Sorry, they hate you. You're other. They're gifting subs all over our session. No, thank you guys. I love that, Gibby. That's huge.
I mean, can't hate me when I got one as well.
He's in on it.
So, yeah, I have to make her feel uncomfortable by stepping into her range and making her choose if she wants to use her range on the wave or to get me out of her face.
So we want to make her choose, but what are you up? What are you even pressuring? She's better at her range and her wave clear. What are you better at?
Well, I have more and more reliable damage because she has skill shots. I can press E and dodge if I'm like not a potato.
Exactly.
And she can't really dodge Q auto attack.
Yep, you get more burst damage. So now we can abstract this out and kind of ask, okay, so we have somebody with the range advantage versus somebody with like the damage advantage. At the very highest level, now this matchup becomes, can she keep you at the edge of her range versus can you force trades? And whoever does that side of their job like wins, right? So that's the idea of the matchup at the very most abstract level. So then the next logical question is, how do you find trades if you're down range? And you actually already said it. You said step off the wave. Now, if you step off the wave, you know, like let's take a look at this E. You know, we go place a ward, then we come walk to lane really, really passively. Look at this E. Not only is she hitting you at a range where you cannot retaliate, but it also hits the wave and it also hits you. So she gets push, she gets prio, and there is zero chance for you to trade back, right? So take this situation and kind of think, okay, so we can't be on the wave here. We can't be back here. We need her in our range. Where should you be standing coming from this angle? Where should we be walking to?
Probably because she was also posturing a little further up when I returned from the river. Maybe I should have taken an arch to the right and try to get in her face.
Yeah, exactly. And in the academy, if you listen to a lot of reviews of any players, we talk about this pocket a lot. This pocket is the pocket you want to stand in. I have a term for this. I'm sure Twitch chat, I don't have chat open right now. Are you guys saying what it is? Chat, what is this? All of my academy players should know what I call this. Anybody? I'm going to give them like a couple seconds to respond. It's called a pocket of expression. And the reason I decided on this name is because when you stand here, you actually get to express what your champion wants to do. So there's a couple of advantages here. One of them is the one you already mentioned. She has to pick between hitting you or hitting the wave. So now she cannot get a health advantage and wave advantage at the same time. She has to pick between getting one, right? The second advantage is you have more options. If you're standing here, you're going to dodge away and this way. You only have like two real options to dodge, right? Where here, you can dodge literally every single direction. You basically unlock all of the dimensions of the lane. You have freedom of movement here. So now if she does try to hit you, it's way harder. It's kind of funny because the deeper you stand, the harder it is for her to hit you. It's counterintuitive a little bit.
Also because like it's low elo brain. I would fall for this too, but like if you're standing up like that often, like medium to bad players will assume if they cast something, you will run back.
Yes, exactly. Right? Because that's the default, because people stand here and they click back all the time, and it's awful. It's really, really bad. You get into this really linear game plan where you're always kind of playing on this one line, and it's really poor movement. To have high quality movement, you have to stand in a spot where you can move in all directions. If you're standing here, you really can't, right? If you walk down, she just hits the whole wave, and it's like the game's just over, right? And then you're just completely zoned off, and everything feels really, really bad. So the challenge for us is to find these pockets. It's harder for us to hit us, and even if we do get hit, she's losing the wave then, because then you just drop your resources on the wave, and then you can reset, right? So we have to get into these spots called the pockets of the of expression. Chat's asking, can you stand up there if you aren't threatening stun? Of course, you have to stand there. If you aren't threatening stun, you said she can just E you. If she E's you, you just use your E and step out, and then you win the wave. Right? That's the beauty of it. No matter what she chooses to do, you have a good line to react. She E's you, you use your E to react. You know, you dodge in whatever direction you want, because again, we can dodge in any direction. And then we win the wave. Okay, so that's really, really important. Now, let's see. One of the reasons, do you remember what I was saying in the game at this moment? I was telling you to get forward.
Yeah.
And then you start to get forward, but you get forward down here. What's the problem with this pocket?
I'm like in this. First of all, I want a top side, so if I stand there aggressively, I
Exactly.
can just get fucked up by you.
You're dead here, yeah. Any good jungler sees this mess and they're like, whoa, I just saw Annie walk top and then walk back this way. What on earth? Yeah, we just die here. So exactly. And we call that leaning. I often view mid lane as like cut in 2 halves. If you ward your top side, you pretty much can't even see this half. And then we also know we can't stand here. And we also know we don't want to stand too far back. You really only have this pocket available to you to stand in. Does that thought process kind of make sense a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So that's really our biggest, like, that is the biggest thing for our lane phase is we have to find those pockets. Now, you have to have good vision to do that. Because if you step in these pockets and you don't have good vision, you just die to the gank. Right? Like if you stand here, very likely we just lose the game to this gank. But that requires very big confidence. And we can just see as this lane goes on, oh my goodness, she gets this E, she pushes us out. It's like we will never win. Or if we're standing here and she E's here, you E forward and you take a massive winning trade. If you're standing here and she E's this way, then you E out and around like you did, and then you're up the wave. Do we see that?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna need some massive confidence. It's hard to do in game because it's scary. But you're gonna be harder to hit, and you're going to be able to punish her so much better. So pockets of expression. That is what we're looking for. All right, let's see what happens when we come back to lane here. Now, once again, she's giving you space. Good players will not let you stand here. They won't. She will be walking up like this, and she'll be making sure you have to go back. This is a massive mistake by Lux by letting you get here. And then you get to deny her this vision, and then you get to place this vision, and then you win the wave back.
If she walks up right here, I can't. I have to step back because she has the wave. I can't.
And then she crashes the wave, and then it sucks. And then like life isn't good. But she's making a massive mistake. You have to take this space. And then you take the space, and then we do what we were talking about. You get your vision down here. You're playing on the same side as your jungler. You feel so good, right? So this is going to be the biggest challenge for our lane phase on Annie, is getting into those pockets and being really confident. Really, really, really confident. And yeah, so we don't take the space we should have. She gets to crash another wave. We don't get to go bottom. Like, it's just scary. And once again, look at this. She's just crashing wave after wave on our head. Oof. It feels so bad. Okay. So that's the biggest thing about lane. For the map plays and like the late game positioning, we talked about that quite a bit, where you can never, ever, ever be in mid lane, and you always got to be kind of coming either around mid lane to flank in, or pushing out the side lanes into flanking in, right? So if you know, let's say you go back here.
Yeah, I think like what I learned in this game with you kind of sitting on my shoulder is why it didn't work out in my Ari games is because like I said, it feels bad just sitting in a bush and doing nothing for like a minute straight or something.
Yep, 100%. But you got to get comfortable sitting there. You got to be like, ooh, like a lion almost, just getting ready to pounce. Just, ooh, I can't wait until somebody slips up. And then boom, you pounce on him and kill him. That's what assassins are or burst mages, which are pseudo assassins, really. That's what we're all about. Now there's a couple of times where if you want to keep farming, you have to do it in the side lane. There's a lot of opportunities as the burst mage to just go steal the side lane. So there's a couple of times where I kind of talked about it. Like right now, Baron's up. Check this out. Baron's up. We can't go here. We actually cannot go here. Cho'Gath is recalling. If you sprint top and push this, he like you just get the wave. So these are the opportunities where you steal the side lanes. It can feel a little bit uncomfortable, but like if it's open, take it. You would much rather you be there than Cho be here. Now, in an LCS game or an LEC game, like an actual high-level competitive game, this is even more important because Cho wants to be mid. He wants to front to back, and you want to be here. So, even more important for that reason. But since it's solo queue, I don't really care about that. I just care about you taking the side.
Also, I think I'm just a little bit away from that level.
Yeah, right. I'm just saying, like, there's deeper levels to this. But in solo queue, the point is, take the side lane. Steal it. I don't care. Just take it. It's your job to take that side lane.
Well, actually, wouldn't I, like, go bot here because Dragon was coming up soon?
Yeah, if your team's playing around Dragon, you absolutely can. When there are both objectives up, you kind of have to decide what objective your team is playing over.
Well, it's low. We don't play around Baron unless it's absolutely free and we're like...
Yeah, so if you know that, like, your team is not going to play around Baron, then yeah, 100%. You go still bottom. And even right here, you 100% should go bottom here. Like, if you think, okay, Dragon's coming up, you go push this bottom. You would much rather be here, pushing bot lane, into flanking, than you would even be here. Because this just inherently gives you the position you want. Lux can't contest you, or you one-shot her. So if you pull 2 people bottom, your team wins mid-prio. If nobody shows bottom, you just crash this, and then you get the really nice flank angle you like into the fight. And then you just flank onto the back line. It's like, beautiful stuff. Beautiful. So that's kind of like the third learning objective that we're thinking about. That's kind of the thing we noticed mostly in the game. Let's see. The second thing, there were a couple times in lane where I would say things like, we're playing top side, and you would respond with, but there's nothing to do right now. And that's the second learning objective. Let's see what I write. Yeah, applying map pressure. Sometimes it doesn't matter if there's not a good play. The thing that matters is you're applying, it's called phantom pressure, on the right side. So let me go to a point where I believe it was like Herald's coming up and Nocturne was on the top side. Oh, if we control Tibbers better, you can get Tibbers to kill Lux there, I'm pretty sure. But that's tricky. Trying to see if I can find the exact situation. Oh yeah, right here. Nocturne's going top, and I'm saying, think about top side. And you're like, well, there's no play. What the fuck do you mean? What I mean is, shove this and go stand here. And when you go stand here and you drop your pink, what happens is, they lose the top wave, the mid wave, Herald, this camp, and maybe even more camps, or they die for it. And what you standing here does is it applies pressure in all of these spots at once. And we call that phantom pressure. If they don't respect the pressure at one of the pressure points, you kill them for it. So even though there's nothing to do, it doesn't matter. You have to come stand here. And this is our second learning objective. Now, this learning objective is a little bit trickier because it's a lot about it's almost like playing chess. You have to know that they're attacking you on this side and that you don't have the pieces to defend or retaliate. So you have to attack on the other side. You got to go improve your position on this side. It's your only option. Even if there's nothing to do here, you go stand there. So if they mess up, they just die. Now, if they're playing perfectly and we're talking about LEC, their top laner's not even going to show. Their top laner's going to sit under tower and cry. And then you guys just win the Herald. And then you guys just traded Herald for Dragon, and that's fine. But again, like you said, we're not at that level yet. Their top laner's dead here, probably. If you just shove and go hover. Does this stuff make sense a little bit?
Yeah, I can see it, yeah.
Okay, so it's like, this is the trickiest learning objective, but it's something that we always have to be thinking about as mid laners. It's really about playing the map like it's a chessboard. Their team's here. This is our weak side. We have to be applying pressure here. This means just crash your wave and go sit here somewhere. Place your pink there. Go get a deep ward. Go hover the top gank. That kind of stuff. Go sit in a bush and say, oh man, like, and just sit there and just know that you're applying the right map pressure. You're putting your chess pieces in the right spots.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was a lot. But we talked about lane phase, specifically finding those pockets that you can go stand in, making sure you're warding well for all of that and all that stuff. We talked about applying pressure on your strong side and on the right spots. And then we talked about that assassin positioning. Do you have any questions for the night?
I don't think so, no.
Okay.
I think like that's enough to take in for now.
Beautiful. Yeah, it's a lot. So tomorrow we're gonna work on those things and we're gonna refine and we're gonna fill in details. So we got the general ideas down. And now for these last couple minutes, I actually want to show you some examples. Did I send you my mid-game macro for Burst Mage video? Sure I sent you that,
I think
right?
you did, yeah. Pretty sure you did.
Oh yeah, I sent you quite a few videos to study up. Yeah, okay. Perfect. Bots, let me see. There's a channel I had. Oh boy, this video is gonna be hard to find. Okay, these are from like a year ago. This is when I was playing like mostly Annie. This was also before Annie was strong. Nope, this is not the game.
Also, I guess I do have like a mini question about itemization.
Yeah.
Like, do I always go death cap second on these burst mage kind of champions?
If you can, yes. It is just a better spike, but the reason that high-low players, you often don't see, you do see them do it sometimes. If you go look around, they do it in some of their games, but most of their games they're going Shadow Flame because they can't afford death cap, really. It's just a faster spike, and if you go back and you can't afford that second large rod, you buy the Amp Tome, and then you go into Shadow Flame.
Yeah, okay, makes sense, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so this game... Shoot, it's not this one either. Dude, where is the game? I think it's this one, actually. I'm going to show you, like, some very Annie-like behavior. So here, yeah, we're playing Annie. We're setting up the Baron. And as Annie, you pretty much never hit the objective. Me hitting this objective doesn't really speed it up at all. And look at all these squishy champions. So my whole puzzle for this Baron fight is like, how can I apply as much pressure to these guys as I possibly can, right? So I'm trying to get into good flank angles. I'm not worried about hitting the Baron. We actually don't end up killing anybody here. And I think we kind of just... Oh, we do get a kill, and we come back to Baron, we reset. Oh boy. This is such a chaotic game. And again, you can see I'm just sprinting. I'm not going mid at all. I'm sprinting straight into the enemy jungle, trying to find a good like bush to sit in. And I'm going as deep as I can. I'm really deep past my team, looking for a good flank angle.
Yeah, like that would be scary for me. Because,
yes,
like,
it is scary. But you got to be super comfortable doing it. And then I see her go, and I'm not going to chase her because I don't want to chase her. I want people to fall into me or to collapse onto somebody. These champions are really bad at chasing. Now, I pinked this because that's a really good bush to sit in when you're doing Baron. And I want you to keep that in mind because I'm pretty sure I do this later. Yeah, I come sit in this bush. Around objectives, this is what Annie's trying to do. You don't care about hitting it. You care about setting up at a good spot. I'm even typing it. Stand on Baron. Let me pick again. And I see them coming down through this choke. I'm waiting so I can walk behind them so they have no line.
Jeez.
And the game's over.
Holy shit, yeah. That was nasty.
So it's super, super scary to step in these deep pockets, but that's why we get scanners. That's why we buy pinks before objectives. And then you wait until you can collapse on somebody. You don't chase and you don't go through tanks. Those are like the biggest keys to this stuff.
Is this bush like also an option for like elite champions I'm more likely to play? Like
Ari?
Ari doesn't
yes.
have the damage to like insta-kill 3 people there.
Right. So Ari will actually let these guys walk in further, and then you would ult over this wall and charm, and your team pops whoever walked in. Yeah. But yes, you'll stand in the same spot. Same idea, slightly different execution. Annie will teach you to do it very confidently because it's very scary on Annie because you don't have range, you don't have the ult to kind of like save you. So yes, Ahri will do these same things, but it's scarier on Annie, which is why I want to start on her, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But okay, beautiful stuff. Very good work. I think we have a good idea of what we're working on, and tomorrow we'll fill in gaps and we'll play an Ahri game and talk about how it relates to Ahri as well. And have a good day, man. I think that's all I got for you.
Yeah, you too. Have a good one.
Perfect. Thank you.